What up, people? My name is Praiz Ubede Adejo. Y'all know me as Praiz, P-R-A-I-Z, a.k.a. Mr. Rich and Famous, a.k.a. Mr. Mercy, a.k.a. your girlfriend's favorite singer. I come from Kogi State, and I'd like to welcome you to the first season of My Music and I in the year 2015. Promises to be a great one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a great show.
If I tell you, say you be the only one for me. If I tell you, say there is no other one, no, nah. If I tell you,
I'm signed to Extreme Music. I got signed to Extreme Music in the year 2010, and it's been a great one. And I just dropped my debut album, which is called The Rich and Famous album. It's a double album. It's, in one word, versatile. It's an album that showcases the R&B side of Praiz and the popular side, or more like the pop side of Praiz.
let me be the one who's gonna get to you. Let me be the one who gives.
The Rich and Famous album is my first ever album. Like I said, my debut album. I never knew what it felt like to have an album out there. I'm all about difference. I'm all about being unique. I don't want to be like the cliche artist. Putting out my first album, I wanted to do something different, something that hasn't been out there in a while. So I decided to do a double album, The Rich and the Famous. The Rich is the album that has the R&B songs. The pop song is on the Famous album.
When I become rich and famous.
Okay, I'm going to pick out 4 tracks each from The Rich and the Famous album. From the Rich album, which is the R&B album, I actually really love all the songs because they they give me different feelings. From the Rich album, I would say, let me start with If I Fall. If I Fall is definitely one of my favorite songs.
Beyond my imagination.
If I Fall is an R&B song that talks about being vulnerable. That point where you are falling in love, but you're trying hard not to fall in love with someone who you're actually falling in love with. It's an instance, or it's a situation that we all find ourselves one time or the other. So If I Fall, I would say, is one of my favorite songs on the Rich album. Superhero is a song that talks about reassurance. When you're in a relationship and sometimes you just have those times where things are really shaky, and you just need to reassure the person who you're in a relationship with, or the person you love, that, I mean, regardless, you'll always be there for the person. So yeah.
She needs a man who calls.
A Woman's Need is the song I wrote in 2008, and it was composed during the MTN Project Fame Academy. So it's a song that I have an emotional attachment with. It's a song that shows where I started from. It's actually the #1 track on my Rich album. So yeah, these are my 4 favorite songs so far on the Rich album.
I become rich and famous. Oh, this faces. No.
The Famous album is the pop side of Praiz. And I'm going to just single out 4 tracks that, well, I could call my favorite tracks. #1 would be Physical Something.
Cause this one will be physical something.
I featured Sound Sultan Bears also on the song, and it's a song that talks about, it's a conscious song basically, and talks about the situation of the country at the moment. Hada featuring Patoranking was produced by my humble self, and it's a dance track, and I remember when I produced it, I was wondering how would it sound, how would people accept the song, and what kind of feel would I want to give to this song. And it took me time. I recorded the song, produced the song, and I was like, okay, let's try a fusion of dance, R&B, and raga, and let's see how it will turn out. Afro Guinea was my first official single. It actually always gives me memories, so I would say, yeah, it's one of my favorite songs off the Famous album. I Know You Play featuring Shady. It's an Afro R&B song. It was written by Shady and myself, produced by TK. It definitely has to be one of my favorite songs. I remember when I was recording my album, at some point, it was sounding the same. And putting out my first album, I won't want all my songs to sound monotonous. So I had to take a break. I had to like take a serious break, and that break was needed. Trust me, it was needed, and it also contributed to the delay in the release of the Rich and Famous album. The Rich and Famous album is out on iTunes, is out on the street. I mean, anywhere you know they sell music albums, just go there, go in there. If you're driving and you're in traffic, just ask your music vendor and ask him for the Rich and Famous album by Praiz. If you're using your phones, you can get it on iTunes, you can get it on Spotify, you can get it on Deezer, you can get it on Xbox Music, and trust me, just copy a copy of the CD, of the album actually, and trust me, you're going to be experiencing a whole new level of music, next level music.
If I tell you, so you be the only one for me.
At the moment, I'm working on 5 African collaborations and working on 3 international collaborations. So far it's going good, and I'm all about taking the music to the next level.
Praiz, sing song. Wheezy baby.
People I'd like to collaborate with internationally, definitely a lot of people know I'd love to work with John Legend. I'd love to work with Eminem, someone who I've always loved his music for quite a while. To name a few international artists, those are people I'd love to work with. In the continent Africa, I love to work with Diamond. I love to work with Yuri Dakuna. I love to work with Uhuru. Yeah, to name a few. What's performance? I wouldn't like to call the city, sha. I went for this concert, and I mean, everyone was like, next coming up is the one and only, the Rich and Famous, Praiz! Everybody shouted, everyone screaming. I came out all hyped up. I remember I did Rich and Famous. I said, Mama, when your boy hammer, I go buy you Range Rover. And everyone was singing along. And my undoing that day, I would say, had to be sound. I was performing live. The drums weren't, I would say more like the drums weren't even there. All you could hear was just the bass, the guitars, and the piano. And for the song I was performing that day, I was doing O'Shea. And you know, when you're doing like a pop song, doing like an up-tempo dance track, you need your percussions, you need your drums, and the drums were nowhere to be found, like no sound of drums, and it actually really affected my performance that day, and it didn't give me that excitement while performing.
If I tell you, say I go marry you tomorrow. If I tell you, say I go together all your sorrow, I wish them know what you mean to me, them know, no. Oh, nah, nah.
To name a few of my best performances, the Collaboration was one of them. Collaboration was awesome. Afropolitan Vibes, Freedom Park also was awesome. Yeah, to name a few.
She said she wanna be my lover. She know one castle with one mother cover.
What's in the works for Praiz? Right now, the Rich and Famous album is out. I'm dropping a video for Heartbeat, which is on the Rich album. I'm also dropping a video for CC, featuring Wizkid, which is on the Famous album. Dropping a video for Harder, featuring Patoranking, which is on the Famous album. Dropping a video for Praiz also. I'm dropping a video for Superhero, If I Fall, A Woman's Need. So I mean, 2015 is going to be a year of, it's going to be a year of praise.
I'll be a superstar.
Mama, when your boy hammer, I go buy you Range Rover, yeah. La 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 la. Cause I'll be superstar. What up, people? It's your boy Praiz, your favorite singer, aka Mr. Rich and Famous, aka Mr. Mercy, aka your girlfriend's favorite singer. And you're just done watching my music and I, Praiz. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for supporting me. If you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Praiz8, Instagram, official Praiz. Thank you very much. God bless you. Keep watching Soundcity.
Money, when I become rich and famous. famous.